Okay, this is some scales December 5th, 2024. Um, first thing, just as an announcement here, I'll just I did not get put this on the mailing list, but you probably have noticed that the I shortened the meeting by 30 minutes. Well, actually, what I wanted to do was to move it back 30 minutes. Um, and but keep the same slot. So essentially, I just ended up shortening by 30 minutes. So this will be a new slot from now on. So this is I think it's what do I have it as UTC? I think it's 14:30 UTC. Um, will be our new time. Okay.
Have you made the changes to the calendar?
Yeah, it showed up for me. So I guess it didn't for you then.
I see. Okay, so because I made a copy to my calendar, so it's for the copy one, it's not showing up, but for the
Okay. Yeah, that could be because yeah, I have the same thing. I've got a copy somewhere and then I have the actual one and I yeah, I see yeah, they're at different times. Yeah. So anyway, we'll just get you have to get used to it. So just letting everyone know that the change is out now. Okay, let's go through these changes. We've got two here I want to discuss. Start with the first one here. Okay, this one, I looked at this. I think this is the one I looked at, right? This one I approved. Yeah, I did. Okay. Um, yeah, this one looks good to me. I think Lubo, you need to approve it. I don't think I have approval of this, because of I'm not sure, maybe tools or something. So I don't
okay,
have approval of it.
I'm going to
Um,
have a look right now.
okay. Olay, do you want to summarize this,
Yeah,
for Lubo?
yes, sure. So what we wanted to do was get some kind of a metric on um, word handler memory and CPU utilization. The oh my bad. The the metric we ended up choosing is word handler memory utilization divided by number of VMIs that got scheduled on that node. So that would be our base metric. And then we find the max, average, and the min of that. So I just checked before getting onto this call the average uh, memory utilization of word handler per VMI is turning out to be 16 MB.
Cool. Can we see that in here? Is that where you're getting it?
Yeah, it should be in the artifacts at the top of the
Is it
task.
the Quark? Oops. Is it in the Quark one or is it in
It's
the
in
meal
this one.
one?
You go
This
to
one. Okay.
artifacts.
Okay.
The
And it's probably here.
third one. Yeah.
Okay, right here.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, I don't know what happened. Average for handler memory usage in megabytes. This one. Oh, excuse me. Okay, cool. And these are the other ones you added, right? This was
Yes, we have average, min,
brings
max,
these two.
memory, and CPU.
The max 30. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. The Lubo, yeah, I'll just leave you to take a look at that one. All right. Let's go to
Um, Just one thing
next one.
before we move forward. It would be good to get even imperfect metric in for now. We can iterate it further because there is a node labeler change in another PR that wants to get um, word handler resource consumption metrics. So we are kind of blocked on review on that one until this um, change from Shrija goes in from 6K.
Okay. All right, this is the other one we've highlighted here. This is the issue where this guy is reporting high memory consumption of the handler. Growing, looks like.
Yeah. So I checked some of the internal metrics and we don't seem to be having this issue. It might only be relevant with version 1.2 and above.
Sorry, may I have one more question to the previous topic? I see that we divide a metric by number of VMI phases there, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we want to do?
Yeah. So the idea is to get the resource utilization per VMI because depending on what scheduler decides, the number of VMIs that a word handler processes will be different from the overall count of the VMI in the test, right? So the overall count is 100, but a word handler could, for instance, get 10 VMIs. So if we divide it by the number of workloads that a word handler has processed, then we'll get an average of like we'll get a standard baseline for all word handlers per VMI. And from there, we get the min, max, and average.
Okay, I thought probably I would still prefer the raw metric, and then we can calculate the per VMI metrics, but also different ones, like because we might find out that the correlation between other attributes is also relevant for us, not only for the count of VMIs. So just
Yeah. So the way I was thinking about it is when we plot it in the graph, in the benchmarks, we can have this per VMI metric, but we can still have the other metrics included in the artifact. So when we have to debug what went wrong, we can go look at those other metric. The two other metric is those separate ones, the uh, min, max, and average utilization, and the number of VMIs that landed on each node. Would that help, Lubo? So in summary, we have three metrics, one which is currently in the PR that gets plotted, and the other two is there for correlation.
okay, sounds good, I think.
Okay, we get to move on.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, I mean, what do we know about? So you said, you think it has something to do maybe with 1.2. We don't see that.
Yeah, so Ryan, the reason why I put it here in our meeting notes is this issue is still being triaged as to what is happening, but the other PR is related here where um, if we find like whenever this issue is root caused, the idea was that we should find out if there is an improvement in the existing suite that we can make so that this issue could be caught earlier before it hits the release.
Yeah. I mean, he's saying it. They upgraded to 1.4 and they're seeing the same problem.
Yeah, it seems like a persistent issue for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see this. I don't know. This is strange. Because we did have a memory leak a while ago, but we had dealt with it. That was not. I haven't seen anything like that since. I don't know. I wonder if it has something to do with this.
It shouldn't, but yeah, I think the interesting point is from Jet. In what was provided, it's still interesting to see that the REST calls from both node labeler and device manager caused allocation and freeing of around 50 gigabytes. That's quite a lot. I'm not sure like what's the time frame, but 50 gigabytes sounds a lot.
He's talking the scale of like 10 VMs too. That's crazy. Right? Isn't that what he said? Or no, he doesn't give a numerical count. Okay, he doesn't give a numerical count. I thought he did.
So since we're talking about node labeler, um, do we have data on how what is the list of labels on the nodes, or at least count of label count on the node?
Generally, there might be a lot of labels because we basically proxy all the CPU information on the node. So there can be tens of or even hundreds of labels.
Yeah, so maybe the node count and the label count combined together could increase the scale by a lot, right? Uh, but I mean, it should not be that high.
Because it's just a string, I
Yeah.
don't know, I would guess it should be few megabytes, but gigabytes, that's quite a one order or more. So
Yeah, this is like thousands of VMs or something, or the equivalent in YAML. Like this is how do you get to this much YAML?
Yeah, if we ever get to that, it will just work acidly.
yeah, just consider that I think object size limit is 2 megabytes. So divide 50 gigabytes by 2 megabytes. That's quite a lot.
The memory usage of YAML pods range from 10 to 15 gigabytes. Ollie, do you know how much like in our data centers our handlers use? Because this seems like a ton.
Yeah, so we run between 100 to 150 in average case.
Megabytes or gigs?
Megabytes.
Megabytes, okay. Yeah, I mean we don't have that many VMs, that's the thing, like per node. I mean this is like I mean, this is again like a 100, no, way more than 100. It's like 500 to 1,000 VMs on a node. I mean, this isn't even possible. I don't know how
Yeah,
it gets this.
also, the version matters right here. We have not hit 1.2.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just keep an eye on this then. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange. Okay. I mean, it sounds like he's going to talk about this at the next meeting, so we can follow it there. All right. We'll keep it on our. We'll keep it around then, just to watch. Okay. All right. Anything else, guys? Any other topics?
Just one heads up. There is a PR out from Brian to bump the underlying Kubernetes cluster for 6 scale to 131. I mean, we already bumped it, just the metrics in the graphs will be coming from 131 cluster instead of 129. And there were a bunch of optimizations at the Kubernetes layer in 131. So it
Nice.
would be interesting to see how our metrics get impacted due to this the next time.
Yeah. Yeah, we should take a snapshot and we can let Warstrike know. I'm sure they would be interested too in seeing our perspective. Cool. Okay. All right. We'll have to. I think the only other thing I have is we've got the maintainer summit coming up and maintainer track for KubeCon talks. They're open. Can start thinking about what we want to do there. It would be good to submit one from Scale, maybe the maintainer track or something we could do. So we can think about it. Maybe we can brainstorm, come back with ideas for next time and see if we can come up with anything we want to do. Okay. All right, guys. I think that's we'll call it a day then. Thank you. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, folks.
See you.
See you guys.